Have you ever felt persistent fatigue without a clear cause, mood swings throughout the day, irritable one moment, sad the next? There's a good chance your body is low in vitamin D in a way that's more silent and more dangerous than you might think. We usually associate vitamin D with weak bones or calcium deficiency. But in reality, vitamin D impacts over 2,000 genes in your body, including those that affect your brain, muscles, immune system, and mood-regulating hormones. Here's the issue. Standard blood tests only measure the inactive form of vitamin D. They don't show how much your cells are truly lacking at a functional level. In this video, I'll walk you through 12 strange but common signs of vitamin D deficiency, from scalp sweating and hair loss to that constant feeling of being hungry no matter how much you eat. If you find this video helpful, be sure to click like so YouTube can show it to others who may need it. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss upcoming health videos, created especially for people over 50, just like you. Number 1. Unusual sweating on the head, forehead, and palms. Have you ever found yourself just sitting still, not hot, not moving, yet your forehead is damp with sweat, and your palms feel clammy as if you were nervous about something? Or maybe you wake up in the middle of the night with your pillow soaked, even though the room temperature is perfectly comfortable. If this happens frequently, your body may be sending you a warning sign of vitamin D deficiency. Sweating is a natural way your body regulates temperature. But when you're sweating excessively, especially from your head, forehead, or palms, without any clear reason, that's no longer considered normal. A lack of vitamin D can lower your serotonin levels, a chemical that affects your mood and the autonomic nervous system, causing your sweat glands to become overstimulated, even when you're completely relaxed. The head is home to some of the most sensitive sweat glands, closely tied to your nervous system. When your body lacks vitamin D, the hypothalamus, the brain's thermostat that controls sweating, can start to malfunction. It sends incorrect signals, making you sweat as if you had a fever, even though your body temperature is normal. This condition is not only uncomfortable and disruptive to sleep, it's also an early, silent sign of internal imbalance. And quite possibly, all you need is the right form of vitamin D supplementation to help bring things back to a sense of cool, calm balance from the inside out. Number 2. Persistent lower back pain, especially in the lumbar region. Lower back pain is one of the most common complaints among people over 50, but what's surprising is that a vitamin D deficiency might be part of the cause you've never considered. Vitamin D isn't just essential for bone health, it also plays a direct role in muscle strength. When your vitamin D levels drop, your muscles, especially those in your core and back, begin to weaken and can no longer support your spine effectively. As a result, the muscles in your back and neck are forced to compensate, leading to soreness, tightness, and even chronic pain. Multiple studies have shown a clear link between low vitamin D levels and persistent back pain. People who are vitamin D deficient have up to twice the risk of experiencing bone pain, including in the ribs, joints, and legs, compared to those with adequate levels. Some doctors even recommend checking vitamin D levels before turning to painkillers, especially in cases of unexplained back pain. The good news? If your pain is indeed caused by low vitamin D, a simple daily supplement can help relieve muscle strain, improve flexibility, and give your back a much-needed sense of relief. Number 3. Sudden mood swings, unexplained sadness, or anxiety without a clear cause. Have you ever had days when your emotions seem to flip within hours? You wake up feeling okay, but by midday, you're inexplicably sad, and by evening, you're irritable or feeling empty for no reason. If this happens frequently, you may be experiencing subtle emotional shifts, and a lack of vitamin D could be an unexpected part of the cause. Vitamin D doesn't just support your bones or immune system. It also plays a critical role in brain health, particularly in the production of serotonin. Serotonin is the neurotransmitter that helps you feel happy, calm, sleep well, and manage your emotions. When your body is low in vitamin D, serotonin levels drop, and the brain loses flexibility and emotional resilience. The result? Feelings of anxiety, irritability, prolonged sadness, and in some cases even depression. What's concerning is that mood changes like these are often brushed off as just part of aging or blamed on a stressful day. But if you also notice symptoms like fatigue, bone pain, insomnia, or muscle weakness, it's worth seriously considering a vitamin D blood test. The good news is, you don't have to overhaul your life. Just start with something small. Spend 15 minutes outside in the morning. Add more salmon, egg yolks, or mushrooms to your meals, or take a vitamin D3 supplement as advised by your doctor. Your mood, just like your health, can gently recover if you pay attention early. Number 4. More hair shedding than usual, thinning hair. Have you noticed your hair thinning at the crown? Many people assume hair loss is just due to age or hormones, but a vitamin D deficiency can also be a major and often overlooked factor. Vitamin D plays a key role in regulating the hair growth cycle, from the growth phase to resting to natural shedding. When your body lacks this vitamin, the hair growth process slows down. Hair follicles, the tiny structures where each strand grows, become weaker and less efficient, leading to slower growth, increased shedding, and hair that gradually becomes thinner and more fragile. Additionally, vitamin D is involved in immune regulation and inflammation control. Some studies have shown that people with alopecia areata, patchy hair loss, often have lower than normal levels of vitamin D. In fact, certain topical treatments using vitamin D have shown promise in improving hair loss symptoms in those with deficiencies. Beyond hair shedding, vitamin D deficiency may also come with symptoms like fatigue, bone pain, muscle weakness, and lowered immunity. If you notice that your hair is falling out more than usual, it's a good idea to take a closer look at your diet, how much sunlight you get, and don't hesitate to talk to your doctor about checking your vitamin D levels. If your hair loss is rooted in a lack of vitamin D, then supplementing properly may help you hold on to your hair and the confidence that comes with it. Number 5. Low energy, persistent fatigue. Even with enough rest, you're sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night, not doing heavy labor, not staying up late yet, you still wake up feeling completely drained, like your battery's been emptied overnight? This kind of fatigue doesn't feel like normal muscle soreness after a workout. It's more of a quiet, lingering exhaustion, with no clear explanation. This may be a sign that your body is low in vitamin D, a nutrient that plays a much bigger role than most people realize. While scientists are still studying the exact mechanisms, more and more research confirms that vitamin D deficiency is linked to chronic fatigue, especially in middle-aged women. One documented case involved a woman who constantly complained of headaches and all-day exhaustion. Her blood vitamin D level was just 5.9 nanograms per milliliter, an extremely low number. After proper supplementation, her levels rose to 39 nanograms per milliliter, and her symptoms almost completely disappeared. Another large study found that people with vitamin D levels below 20 nanograms per milliliter reported significantly more fatigue than those with healthy levels. While fatigue can have many causes, low vitamin D is often overlooked, and the good news is, it's one of the easiest to fix. By getting the right amount of vitamin D through morning sunlight, D3-rich foods, or supplements if needed, you can gradually restore your energy levels. And more importantly, you'll regain that inner spark, that sense of motivation and drive you may not have felt in a while. Number 6. Sudden anxiety or panic without a clear cause. Have you ever been sitting quietly when, out of nowhere, your heart starts racing, your palms get sweaty, and you feel a sense of dread, as if something bad is about to happen, even though everything around you is calm? If these sensations are happening more often, your body may be signaling a vitamin D deficiency, and your brain is speaking up. Few people realize that nearly every tissue in the body, including the brain, has receptors for vitamin D. This vitamin doesn't just support strong bones. It also plays a key role in the production of serotonin and dopamine, the neurotransmitters that help regulate emotions, keep us calm, and improve our resilience to stress. When you're low on vitamin D, the brain becomes more prone to overstimulation. Areas like the amygdala, the brain's fear center, become more sensitive, making you feel nervous, anxious, or even panicked for no clear reason. This helps explain why so many adults, especially after age 50, when the body's ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight begins to decline, report feeling on edge for no obvious cause. And it's not just theory. Many studies back this up. As many as 65% of observational studies have found a connection between vitamin D deficiency and depression. Controlled trials have also shown that vitamin D supplementation can significantly improve depressive symptoms, especially seasonal depression in older adults, who often get less sun exposure or live in colder climates. If your anxiety or panic is being triggered by low vitamin D, restoring your levels to a healthy range may be a simple yet powerful step toward reclaiming a calmer, more peaceful state of mind. Number 7. Dull, aching pain in the hips, thighs, and lower back. Have you ever experienced a deep ache in your lower back? A dull pain that radiates through your hips or down the back of your thighs? Many people assume this is just degenerative pain or a normal part of aging, when in fact a vitamin D deficiency could be a hidden cause and one that's entirely fixable. Vitamin D doesn't just support bone health, it also helps maintain strong, functioning muscles. When your vitamin D levels drop, your muscles weaken, lose tone, and gradually shrink. Muscle atrophy, reducing strength. The result? You not only feel weaker, but also experience aches and fatigue, especially in areas like the lower back, hips, and thighs, parts of the body that bear weight when you stand or walk. This also increases the risk of falling, a major concern for older adults. One study found that among people with chronic pain, up to 71% were deficient in vitamin D. This may be because vitamin D is present in pain-sensing nerve receptors called nociceptors. When levels are low, your nervous system struggles to regulate pain properly, making you feel more sensitive and sore, even if there's no clear mechanical cause. Another study on children with vitamin D deficiency showed that just one dose of vitamin D reduced pain levels by an average of 57%, a strong indication that vitamin D directly affects how pain is perceived in both children and adults. Beyond dull aches, low vitamin D can also contribute to muscle cramps, neck pain, and chronic back pain. And when it goes undiagnosed, many people end up spending time and money on long-term treatments or painkillers, with little relief, when the root cause may be something as simple as a vitamin deficiency. So, if you've been living with ongoing pain without a clear explanation, especially in the hips, lower back, or thighs, checking and correcting your vitamin D levels may be the first and easiest step toward finding comfort in your own body again. Number 8. Weakening leg muscles. Unsteady steps. Have you noticed that your legs feel softer than they used to? Do you get winded climbing stairs, feel shaky when standing for long periods, or find yourself unsteady even when walking on a flat surface? This could be an early sign that your leg muscles are weakening, and vitamin D deficiency may be the hidden culprit. Vitamin D plays a critical role in increasing both the number and strength of muscle fibers, especially in the lower body muscles like the thighs, hips, and calves. These muscles are responsible for helping you stand tall, walk steadily, and react quickly to prevent a fall. When your body lacks vitamin D, these fibers gradually weaken and lose tone, making you not only feel fatigued, but also more prone to falls, a serious risk for older adults. One of the unique things about vitamin D is how its effects are subtle but deep. You may not notice anything at first, but after several months of deficiency, your leg strength and stamina begin to fade, and the less physically active you are, especially if you avoid going outside, the more severe the deficiency becomes, leading to faster muscle loss. The good news is, you don't need a gym membership or expensive medications. Simple habits like taking a morning walk outside, eating more salmon, mackerel, eggs, and dairy can naturally boost your vitamin D levels. If needed, you can also speak with your doctor about taking a vitamin D3 supplement, a small step that can help keep your legs strong and steady for years to come. Number 9. Morning joint stiffness, especially in the knees and fingers. Have you ever woken up and felt like your joints were locked? Your fingers feel stiff, your knees won't straighten right away, and you have to rotate or stretch for a while before you can even step out of bed. That sensation could be a sign that your joints are losing flexibility, and one of the lesser-known causes may be a vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D isn't just important for bones. It's also closely tied to the health of cartilage, ligaments, and soft tissues around your joints. When your vitamin D levels drop, your body becomes less effective at controlling inflammation, and the repair of collagen and cartilage slows down. As a result, your joints can become dry, stiff, and less mobile, especially in areas that move often, like the knees, fingers, and hips. Several studies have found a strong link between low vitamin D levels and joint pain, particularly in the knees and hips, which bear much of the body's weight. A 2017 study showed that supplementing vitamin D could help relieve pain in patients with a deficiency. However, for people who already had sufficient levels, extra supplementation didn't make much of a difference, highlighting the importance of keeping vitamin D within an optimal range, not too low, and not excessive. If you often feel stiff in the morning, especially in small joints like your fingers, or experience knee pain when climbing stairs, it's worth taking a closer look at your vitamin D levels. You may not need painkillers right away. Sometimes, a little morning sunlight or a vitamin D-rich meal is all it takes to help your joints feel more naturally lubricated each day. Number 10. Recurring urinary tract infections, UTIs. If you've ever experienced that burning sensation when urinating, frequent urges to go, or a dull ache in the lower abdomen, you know how uncomfortable a urinary tract infection, UTI, can be. And in many cases, vitamin D deficiency may be the hidden factor behind it. Vitamin D isn't just good for your bones. It also helps your body produce natural antimicrobial peptides, which act as internal antibiotics to defend against bacteria. When you're low on vitamin D, your immune system becomes weaker and less able to fight off bacteria entering through the urinary tract. This makes you more prone to UTIs, and without addressing the root cause, these infections can keep coming back. A 2020 study published in the Saudi Journal of Biological Sciences found that vitamin D deficiency was a clear risk factor for urinary tract infections in women of reproductive age. While the study focused on younger women, the immune mechanisms involved apply to all ages, especially middle-aged and older adults whose ability to synthesize vitamin D from sunlight naturally declines. UTIs are bacterial infections that can affect the bladder, urethra, or kidneys, and if left untreated, can lead to serious complications. Beyond good hygiene and staying hydrated, it's important to pay attention to your daily vitamin D intake. Sometimes, the best way to prevent an infection isn't with antibiotics. It's with a glass of vitamin D-rich milk or 10 minutes of morning sunlight. Number 11. Sluggish thinking, forgetfulness, trouble focusing. Have you ever found yourself losing your train of thought mid-conversation? Walked into a room and forgot why? Opened the fridge and just stood there, unsure of what you were looking for? If these moments happen frequently, it may not just be senior moments. They could be your brain's gentle warning that you're low on vitamin D. Vitamin D has a profound impact on brain health and short-term memory. It not only supports communication between neurons, but also protects the brain from inflammation, degeneration, and oxidative stress, all of which contribute to cognitive decline. When your body lacks vitamin D, the brain signaling slows down, like a computer running too many tabs at once. Everything starts to lag noticeably. A study published in the journal Neurology found that older adults with low vitamin D levels had a 53% higher risk of developing dementia from any cause, and if the deficiency was severe, the risk jumped to 125%. For Alzheimer's disease specifically, which affects millions of people over 65, those with vitamin D deficiency had a 70% to 120% greater risk of developing the condition. According to the Alzheimer's Association, dementia isn't just about forgetting names. It also involves declines in reasoning, behavior, and the ability to care for oneself. And remarkably, vitamin D, despite its small size, plays a vital role in protecting the brain from these outcomes. If you've noticed your memory isn't as sharp as it used to be, don't panic or assume it's just aging. Start by checking your vitamin D levels, because sometimes even a small change in your diet or a light walk in the sun could be enough to help your brain switch back on. Number 12. Constant hunger, unexplained cravings. Have you ever finished a full, satisfying meal only to find yourself wanting a snack an hour later? If this happens often and comes with fatigue, muscle loss, or mild bone aches, it could be a quiet but clear sign that your body is low on vitamin D. Vitamin D plays a little-known role in regulating appetite and controlling satiety hormones. When you're deficient in this vitamin, you may end up eating more than your body needs, yet still not feel satisfied. This doesn't just affect your weight. It can also lead to a frustrating cycle of eating more, feeling tired, and craving even more food. What's more, vitamin D deficiency is often accompanied by symptoms like weakness, muscle fatigue, dull bone pain, and in some cases even loss of appetite. Your body can become confused. Instead of signaling a nutritional deficiency, it simply triggers more hunger, hoping to make up for what it's lacking. To fix this, you don't need to restrict your diet harshly. Instead, focus on vitamin D-rich foods like salmon, sardines, egg yolks, or fortified products such as milk and cereals. More importantly, get your body into the morning sunlight each day, because that's the most natural and effective way to maintain healthy vitamin D levels. You don't need to eat more, you just need to eat what your body is truly asking for. And sometimes, a bit of early sunshine and a D-rich breakfast is enough to help your body feel full and your mind feel at ease. As you can see, vitamin D isn't just the bone vitamin. It affects nearly every aspect of your body, from your mood and memory to your sleep and muscle strength. Symptoms like night sweats, dull aches, or constant fatigue aren't always just signs of aging. They may be your body's gentle way of saying, "I need to be nourished properly." The good news is, you don't have to overhaul your entire life. Just start with small things. Spend 15 minutes in the morning sun. Add salmon, eggs, or mushrooms to your meals, or take a vitamin D supplement if needed. If you recognize yourself in some of the signs mentioned in this video, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might just help someone else. And don't forget to hit like if you found the video helpful, and subscribe so you don't miss future content, simple, easy to understand, and friendly health tips created especially for those of us over 50.